All right, welcome, ladies and gentlemen, sport lovers all around the world. Welcome to another exciting episode of Short Scores 24. We have a lot of exciting things for you. The weekend gave us a lot of exciting moments, and we're going to talk about them on this show today. And also, don't forget, we are your shop log for live scores, for game analysis, for video highlights, anything concerning football, you can get right on our platform, shortscore24.com, or you can go on the App Store, on the Google Store, you can download our apps, and you can get all the information, all content as regarding your favorite teams, your favorite matches, have them right on the app. So go give it a try, check out the app, and also don't forget to follow us on all social media platforms. We are on YouTube, we are on Facebook, Instagram, on TikTok as well. It's Short Scores 24. So please do that. Follow us right now, subscribe, do whatever it is you need to do so that anytime we post a content, you will be notified. All right, so let's get down to the business of the day. First, we're going to be talking about the Premier League. Now, for Arsenal fans, City was playing in the FA Cup, and of course, they played Chelsea and they defeated Chelsea 1-0. They are now in the final. They'll be going to Wembley for the FA Cup final. I mean, a lot of things to talk about that. But first of all, back to the Premier League. Arsenal is back to the top of the table. It was a hard-fought match against Wolves. I think Wolves did a lot of good tactical build-up. They played very well. They really made Arsenal to work for their win. And also the late goal, which actually sealed the game. It came very, very late. But better late than never, so they say. So an interesting one for the league. You see Arsenal and Liverpool trying to come back from defeats, in the league before. And now it's off to Manchester City to try and get back their top spot, so to say. So it depends on what Man City tries to do. For me, I believe the league is ready Man City's to win. Why? If you're looking at the remaining games that they have to play, the remaining 5 games, Manchester City has the best teams or best opponents any team can ask for, because they're playing very, very little, if I can use that word, little opposition. Unlike Arsenal, which he has Chelsea to play and Tottenham, Man City doesn't have those troubles. All right, so let us also talk about something interesting in the Premier League in the game of Everton versus Nottingham Forest. Now, there was an issue in that match. Everton won the match 2-0. And we have to remember that these are teams who are trying to stay in the Premier League. But there's something that happened. Nottingham Forest had calls for 3 penalties in that match, and none was given in the game. And even pundits, analysts, commentators all had something to say about it, because it was so obvious that something was wrong. Like, there's no way the VAR, the referees, everyone could miss 3 penalties that were very clear penalties, by the way. Everybody agrees that they're penalty and they should have been given to Nottingham Forest. At least even 1 or 2, but none was given. And so something interesting happened. The Nottingham Forest official Twitter handle posted out a tweet, official tweet, stating that they were angry at the officiating of the match, and also something they said which people don't really like. They said that they're going to take action. So the club has issued an official statement on X stating their grievances with the league board, and they've also made a very bold statement. The statement said, and I'm reading the paraphrasing the last paragraph, saying that they're going to look at all available options to the club to try and probably bring about a resolution. I don't know, because I watched many analysts, and some were saying, what are these options that is available to them? Is it suing the league board or the league management or the referees association? I mean, nobody knows. It's not very clear what they mean in terms of looking at the available options to them. Some people say that's not the best way to go about it. They could have written officially, but people have been saying, I saw a former Manchester United player, Louis Sarr, who said that he's not really supporting them, but he doesn't disagree with them, because many reports, many disagreements have been made about the rules of referee. Should they explain their decisions after a game? People have brought up such ideas. And so people are looking at what is the way forward, because this season in particular, there's been a lot of wrong calls, even with the VAR. So is the VAR here to help, or is it here to cause more problems? Some have also said that the only thing we need in football, professional football, is the goal line technology. The referee should have the final say. They should be able to talk among themselves. If the VAR cannot help make games better, then do we really need it? So that's one important question that, you fans should also have your say. You can reach out on our platforms. Just let us know. Should we continue to use VAR? Is the game more fun, or is it now less fun? Because there's so many rules. The game has to stop. We have to check. There's a lot of sensation around it, but at the end of the day, some teams were going to feel that they've been robbed. And that's the way Nottingham Forest feels right now. And they have all rights in the world to feel that way. Losing a vital point when you are trying to fight and get away from relegation zone. So it's an interesting take. Let's all move on now to the FA Cup. Now for Man City fans, I don't know, do we have Man City fans? Are they much? But if you're a Man City fan, kudos to you. You are in the FA Cup final once again. You were there the last time, now you're here again. And now you're going to be facing your arch rivals, your neighbors, Manchester United, who also won the match against Coventry on penalties. And that was a different ball game entirely. That was a roller coaster of a match. Imagine leading the match 3-0. Everybody thought by 3 go up, the game is gone, because this is Manchester United. No matter how bad they are playing a side that is not a top side, Coventry. Many people have not heard of Coventry up until that match. And what happened? Within 20 minutes, Coventry got back in the game. They got 3 goals back. I don't know what happened. I don't know how that happened. But that's football, and that's why we love football. It happened, and there was no answer to them. And in fact, they could have won that match if not for a check for an offside. These guys could have easily been the ones in the final. That's how crazy that match was. My mind was blown. I could not. Nobody, whether you're a Man U fan or not a Man U fan, nobody could believe what was happening. 3 goals down, and these guys came back. That shows that never say never. Never say never. Results can change in a split second. Always stay focused. Manchester players, they lost focus for just 20 minutes. The game was going. They were no longer serious with the match. They thought it was all won and everything was okay, going rosy. And before you know what happens, 3 goals is in the net. So that is football, and that's why we love football. And so now we're going to be having a Manchester derby match in the final of the FA Cup. And it's going to be exciting because, trust me, I don't think Arsenal fans, Liverpool fans, Chelsea fans, they're going to be supporting either team, because trust me, nobody wants either team to win. So the winner is going to, take it all. So the best team on the day is going to, carry the cup. So congratulations to both teams, both Manchester teams. They are in the FA Cup final, and hopefully, we see a very exciting, very wonderful display of football in that match. All right. So we're now moving on to the El Clasico, the Spanish La Liga. If you're a Barcelona fan, right now it's not the best time for you. It's not the best time, coming from the shock defeat at the Camp Nou to PSG in the Champions League, and now to your rivals in the El Clasico, Real Madrid. Losing that match was too hard. I saw so many comments on Facebook, on Instagram. People are really not taking that loss so well. Looking at the history behind both clubs. But currently, as it stands now, I think going head-to-head, Madrid is the better side. That's just the way it is. I'm sorry, many people may not want to believe this, but the era of Ronaldo and Messi are gone. We are not having Ronaldo and Messi in the El Clasico any longer. So now, these clubs have to build new superstars to make sure that the El Clasico is still enticing for football fans to want to watch. Because trust me, over the years now, the last 2 seasons, the El Clasico has not really been exciting. It's usually been a one-way event. So now, both teams need to be, I think Madrid are doing that. You see like of Vinicius, Rodrigo, you see Camavinga, and now with a new signing who this season has come up and delivered very well, Jude Bellingham is the biggest star right now for the Real Madrid side. So Barcelona has to replicate that. They have to bring in a superstar, whether it's from the academy or they have to buy that player, they have to bring in a big player that will draw the fans' attention to the El Clasico, and so that they can also become a competitive team in the El Clasico. Because right now, the way it's going is like Madrid is having a field day. So that is something that the Barcelona board, the coaches, the management have to look at, so that the El Clasico can remain competitive. Because we usually used to say there are 3 teams in La Liga: Real Madrid, Barcelona, and others. But if care is not taken, it may just be 2 teams in La Liga, which is Real Madrid and others. And that will not be good for the La Liga brand. So it is up for the Barcelona management to, put their heads together, bring up something. I remember the days of Messi, Ronaldo. And even before Messi and Ronaldo, you had the big names. You had Ronaldo, Nazario, you had Luis Figo, you had David Beckham, you had Zinedine Zidane, Roberto Carlos. This was star-studded Real Madrid side, and the Barcelona side, you have Carles Puyol, you had Ronaldinho. You had so many stars in both teams. You had Deco for Barcelona too. So the big names, it was just there. It was enticing. The viewership was there. So Barcelona and Madrid have to get back to work and make sure that the El Clasico for La Liga is at the heights that we used to know it to be. And I'm sure if you're a football fan, you agree with this. We all want to see wonderful football. We want to see big names in the El Clasico. All right? So this way, I'm going to stop for the day, for today's show. Do not forget to follow us on all social media platforms. This is SureScores24. We're on Facebook, on Instagram, on TikTok, on YouTube. So just go subscribe. And also for this video, please let us know what your thoughts are. We want your engagement. We want to know what you're thinking in the world of football. For all we've talked about today, just kindly, whether you're watching on Facebook, on YouTube, on TikTok, on Instagram, just drop your comments. We're going to respond to your comments. We will love engaging with you. All right? And I remain your one and only Daniel Honor, the match analyst for SureScores24. So hopefully, I'm going to see you next time. We're going to have much more content. So please stick around with us.